Have you ever thought that a simple bedtime habit, something most older adults do every night, could actually be aging your brain by 10 years in just a few months? My name is Jame. I'm 76 years old, a retired math teacher living in Florida. What I'm about to share is a true story. It all began one Monday afternoon just about a month ago. That morning, I drove myself to the grocery store like I always do. I walked in through the main entrance, headed to the produce section first, then planned to pick up some eggs. But for some reason, I started wandering around the store, and somehow I ended up right back at the same produce section. I felt confused. I couldn't remember what I was looking for. Thankfully, an employee walked by. I asked for help finding the eggs, grabbed them, and headed home. But here's the scary part. I walked home. It wasn't until my son asked, "Dad, where's your car?" that I realized I had left it at the store. After lunch that day, my son took me to the hospital for a checkup. The results showed that my brain was starting to show signs of memory decline. That's when I met Dr. Frank. He's a young neurologist, probably around my son's age. He looked me in the eye and said, "Jame, the part of your brain responsible for memory is being affected. You're not the only one. I've seen this in many patients, and often the cause is not just age. It can come from certain habits people repeat every night without even thinking about it." I asked him, "Is that really true?" He nodded. "You might think it's nothing, but each time you do it, it slowly wears down your brain's ability to repair itself. And most people don't realize it until it's too late." That day, Dr. Frank showed me exactly what that habit was, why it damages memory so quickly, and most importantly, what I can start doing tonight to help turn things around. I looked at Dr. Frank, still not quite believing what I had just heard. "You're saying a simple habit I've been doing every night is actually weakening my brain?" Frank nodded. "That's right. And let me guess, you usually drink water or tea about an hour before bed, don't you?" I was surprised. He was right. I often have herbal tea or a glass of water before going to sleep. I always thought it was good for digestion. Frank gave a gentle smile. "A lot of people think that. But after age 60, the brain has a harder time staying in deep sleep. When you drink water or anything that makes you need to use the bathroom, your bladder wakes you up. That signals the brain to come out of sleep. And every time that happens, your sleep cycle gets interrupted." I sat there quiet for a moment. "You mean just waking up during the night, even for a few minutes, can hurt the brain?" "It is not just the few minutes," he said. "It is about losing deep sleep. That is the kind of sleep your brain needs to rebuild memory, especially the hippocampus, which is like your brain's hard drive. Without deep sleep, new information from the day cannot be stored properly. Over time, you may start forgetting names, mixing up dates, even feeling confused emotionally." Now I was starting to understand. So, just one small habit at night, like drinking water too late, could really make my brain age faster. "That's exactly it," he said. "And the scary part is, most people have no idea, not until they are diagnosed with early memory loss or dementia." Frank looked at me seriously. "The good news is, if you make a change now, your brain still has the ability to heal." Frank looked at me while holding my brain scan results. The good news is, your brain is not permanently damaged. It's just overwhelmed and lacking the right conditions to recover. I let out a breath of relief. So what should I do starting tonight? Frank nodded slowly, then explained step by step. First, stop drinking water or tea after 7 p.m. This will help you avoid waking up during the night to use the bathroom, which interrupts deep sleep. He continued, a 2018 study from Harvard showed that older adults who wake up more than 3 times a night are 58% more likely to experience memory decline compared to those who sleep through the night. I nodded gently, already thinking about my usual evening routine. Second, Frank said, if you want something calming before bed, you can still have herbal tea, but choose ones that do not act as diuretics. Good options include chamomile, lemon balm, passion flower. All of these have been shown to improve sleep quality without irritating the bladder. Third, keep your body clock consistent, he added. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. After 60, the brain becomes much more sensitive to changes in your sleep rhythm. Frank paused for a moment, then added, the National Institutes of Health released a study in 2021 showing that older adults who sleep a full 7 hours each night and go to bed before 11 were 33% more likely to maintain strong memory after 5 years, compared to those with irregular or short sleep. I looked at Frank a bit unsure. So, do I need to take memory supplements or anything like that? He shook his head. Not yet. Before jumping into medication, let's give your body a chance to heal naturally with these simple changes. If your memory starts to improve in 2 to 4 weeks, that means you are on the right track. Then Frank leaned in slightly and said, one more thing, Jame. About an hour before bed, try to avoid screens. That means no phone, no iPad, and no bright television. The blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, the hormone your brain needs to fall into deep sleep. I frowned. I usually scroll through the news or YouTube right until I feel sleepy. Frank shook his head. That habit is likely causing your shallow sleep. It makes you wake up more often and feel foggy in the morning. I let out a sigh. I thought it helped me relax, but now I see it's doing the opposite. Lastly, Frank said, take at least 10 minutes before bed to truly wind down. No bright lights, no sharp noises. You can meditate, listen to soft music, read a paper book, or simply sit and breathe. He looked at me for a moment, then said slowly, Jame, the brain does not fall apart in one night, but it can begin to heal night by night if you give it the chance. I sat quietly for a few seconds, then I nodded. I understand, I'll give this a real try. No, I'll do it for real. I said goodbye to Frank and left the clinic with a lighter heart. He made sure to schedule a follow-up visit in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, I returned for my follow-up with Dr. Frank. Same room, same chair. But this time, I sat down with a gentle smile on my face. Frank looked at me and smiled back. You look like you've been sleeping well. I nodded. I followed everything you told me. No drinks after 7. I shut off my phone early. I went to bed on time. Every night I took 10 minutes to just sit quietly before lying down. I did nothing but breathe. And you know what? By the fifth night, I stopped waking up in the middle of the night. Frank smiled and glanced at the sleep-tracking log I had brought with me. Your sleep quality has clearly improved. How about your memory? I nodded again, this time more firmly. I remember names faster. I am no longer mixing up appointment times. Even my grandkids said Grandpa James seems sharper and happier lately. Frank leaned in and said seriously, "That's great, Jame, but this is just the beginning. If you really want to keep your memory strong in the long run, there's another piece we need to pay attention to." I looked at him curious. "What is it?" "Food," Frank said. "There are three kinds of foods that almost every older adult eats. They are often advertised as heart-healthy, but in truth, they slowly damage the brain day by day." My eyes widened. "Am I eating those things too every morning?" Frank nodded. "Many people are, but in our next visit I will walk you through each one, explain why they affect the brain, and show you how to make smarter choices." I chuckled. "All right, but next time I am bringing my entire fridge list with me." Frank laughed out loud. "Perfect. That tells me you are taking your brain seriously." I left the clinic that day with a lighter step than I had felt in years, because I knew I did not need medication. All I had to do was start with a few simple habits each night, and the results would follow. If you are around my age, or if you have parents or loved ones who have trouble remembering things, please do not keep worrying in silence the way I did. I truly hope this little story can help you see a way forward. If it feels helpful, share it with someone you care about. A friend, a sibling, a neighbor. You never know. It might open the door to a brighter, clearer, and more peaceful chapter in life.